So I've just come off GB News, and whilst I thank them for having me, I've got a few bones to pick with them.
I mean, I don't want to say, because obviously some young people, well, a lot of young people do have issues, but do you think some of them need to man up a bit?
The phrase "man up," and I think this really feeds into the whole toxic masculinity, but also, you know, into this gender stereotypes that, you know, men need to be quiet about mental health. You know, 75% of completed suicides are by men, and it shows that we're not talking about mental health enough and actually exploring our emotions, speaking to people and getting that support.
Are there words that are used to describe men that offend you?
Not particularly, and if there are some I don't like, I certainly wouldn't want them banned. But it always goes back to that old adage: sticks and stones may break my bones, but there will always be something to offend a feminist.
Peter
Well,
Lloyd.
no, that's just obnoxious.
Peter
Sorry,
Lloyd
you have to give me a chance
we'll
to
let you
respond.
carry on.
That is ridiculous. No, hang on, I won't do your show again if you don't let me respond to that.
That young
That's
man
not
there
one
is a wonderful example of someone who's very smart, very compassionate, very empathetic, and quite well dressed, I might say.
Yeah,
but
very articulate.
I really, and his efforts should be applauded, but I really don't like the fetishization of mental health that's going on at the moment. I think a lot of young people would be much better, instead of indulging their concerns about mental health, which they think they have, they should maybe read about the Stoics and get a grip on reality.
So they referred to sort of mental health without defining it, and they called it a fetish, something that, you know, not many people have, and it's almost like a cool thing to have. But firstly, mental health is something we all have. It's something that affects how we think, feel, behave. You know, something that can go up and down. But a lot of people also have mental health conditions, which they didn't refer to clearly. And actually, 1 in 4 of us will develop one of those in our lifetimes.
What do you think? I mean, look, you know, I'm obviously not delving into your personal life or anything like that, but it does seem sometimes, not all the time, I'm saying sometimes, it can seem quite fashionable almost for young people to have a mental health problem.
So they said a lot of people find it, you know, fashionable to have mental health. Ironic because it's something we all have, but also it takes us away from what's actually happening. People feel safer to talk about their mental health, but also there was a lack of awareness before, and it's just that we're talking about it more, shouting about it more, that actually people are saying, am I struggling a bit? Can I get some support? And they're going to people for that support, but people like this, channels like this, are shutting it down and not helping us open up about mental health. And they don't recognise the impact on people with mental health conditions.
Well, it depends. Mental health
Depends on
obviously
what it
is
is.
a big umbrella term,
Yes.
but I do agree with you. I think a lot of people now think it's cool to have ADHD or be on the autistic spectrum. Quite a few celebrities have come out that they're autistic, and you know I praise them for that. But I do sometimes worry, like you've got through your life until 40 years of age, and now you've not decided, but you've been told that you're autistic, but you're not even taking medication. There's no medication for it.
You know, it's cool to have ADHD, and that celebrities have come out like it's cool. But actually, it's feeding into that stigma. Celebrities help us because we relate to them.
Or even some people that have ADHD don't take medication. So, I mean, a lot of people are on the spectrum. Obviously, it's a huge spectrum. I have a lot of autistic friends, and I actually get on really well with autistic people.
They referred to, you know, mental health conditions as something that you need medication for. And, you know, why do you need medication for it to be real? There are so many physical conditions that people have that they don't take medication for, and they're not necessarily currently having treatment, but it's chronic and can affect them for a long time. And the same applies to mental health. Not everyone takes medication, not everyone has a particular type of treatment, and it's all different. But it doesn't mean the problems aren't real.
I actually get on really well with autistic people.
Yeah.
Because they're very clever and they see the world through a different lens. And the lens is often clearer and they say what they mean.
It's fascinating actually to see the world through a different lens, as you said. It can
Clearer, better.
It can be a bit of a soup. It can be.